I want to talk about catching the big moves real quick. So check this out. Trading your plan, sometimes, every now and again, trading my plan, I will eventually capture crazy big moves. Like, really, really big moves. Like, just crazy moves like this. Like this bar here, I went up. Let me zoom out so we can see it all. Started at 4,616. And in a 10-minute bar, it went from 415 up to 470. So that'd be 55 ES points. So one contract of ES would net you $2,500 plus. Big $2,700. It's crazy. It's crazy. And we're gonna win on 10, 20 point moves overall. Like that's gonna probably be where most of the money comes from, and we'll have 5, 10 point losses occasionally. Ideally just mostly 5 point losses, 5, 6 point losses, and on the ES, and ideally a lot of 10 and 20 point wins. But eventually, we'll get these really big, like, month-making wins. Not very often, a few times a year, but we'll get big moves like this. And this is what happens when you trade your plan. So I talked a lot in my last 2 videos about, well, especially in my last video about entering the positive feedback loop. This is why, okay? Moves more in a few minutes or in an hour than it does in most days. Right? This is the 10-minute chart. Everything you're seeing here, all these moves. This is a pretty damn big move right here, but guess what? I would have missed it, and I have to be okay with missing moves like that. Most of the time, the market is not making big moves. Most of these alerts are not leading to big moves. This one leads to a 30-point move here over, a couple, 2 hours leads to a 30-point move. But we go back. We have a 70-point move over here that happens in less than an hour. So those are what we'll get sometimes. And, here, good solid move off this first candle here. How big is this move? 20 points down to, what was that? So 16 down to like 72. So like a 50-point move in about an hour. In trading my plan, I have to accept most of the time we're not going to get those big moves. Most of the time it's just going to be 5 to 10 point winners, sometimes 20 point winners, 5 to 10 point losses. But then every now and again, and sometimes we'll get big moves that happen inside the prior day range like we did today, and I'll just miss out. And that's just part of the game. But because most of the time the market doesn't move too much, we just get this type of price action here. But then, solid move up here with the plan. How many points was this? 51 up to here. 20-point win, We'll get these 20-point wins. Right here. 10-point win. So we'll get good sized, 10, 20-point wins. But eventually we'll get, massive wins. Here's a good one. How many points was this? 13 up to, so 20-point win here. From right here. Looks like about a 25-point win. But we just have to wait right here. What's this one? Makes a big fat move up. 15, 20-point move there. So you just got to remember these, you know? What is this one here? 67 up to 83 up to 94. 30-point move if we held all day. The thing is, though, it's like, these are good moves, but like those 50-point, those 30-point, those 70-point moves, that's what's really going to separate us a lot, is capturing those, holding on for those moves. Like holding on for that right there. That's the big one we want to catch. Most of the time, it's just going to be, you know, slow grinds up. A day like today might even get, I believe this day, you know, this one might not even go that well. Because, like, this is the first alert that would have hit, and then this next bar would have went below that alert and stopped us out. And then this alert here, well, that would have failed eventually. But it's just a slow grind up. You know, it's a long time to hold just to get, well, I guess this one gets 20 points if you can hold it for 3 hours. But oftentimes it makes sense to get out earlier. Like, I want to be a defensive trader, so yeah, I guess if this one, you know, if every bearish bar here, every time we get a bearish bar, if it doesn't go, if we move our stop loss up, I think that's just the way to do it. And after a couple, you know, you get 1 or 2 bearish bars that you know, the bar, it doesn't go below them. That's kind of your sign. Hey, it's a bull trend. You can just leave your stop loss at break even and let it go till end of day. Because you know, those moves will add up. Holding on, that'll help a lot. It's really important to do, you know, because this move is from 87, goes up to 12. So, you know, 24 points. Those moves, there's a lot more of these 20-point moves that will add up actually and beat those 100-point moves. I just kind of wanted to, I'm kind of actually changing my premise from the start of the video. It's like, we want to capture those big 100-point moves. That's huge, but, you know, doing the right thing consistently over time, these 10 and 20-point moves that are more common will add up to be 100-point moves. So really, they're both really important. That's what I'm realizing from making this video. I was trying to basically say, you know, these 100-point moves at the start, that's what matters more. These 10 and 20-point moves are good. But upon, you know, going through this and just talking out loud, you know, not really, like, just unscripted, speaking my mind, I'm seeing that they're both very important. And it all matters. You know, this one was from last Thursday. If we would have got long here off this third bar at 91, ride it up to, you know, 13 to get 23, 24 points out of it. And just like, yeah, just half an hour or so. Or less than half an hour, would get 22 points. And, you know, this risk bar goes from 91 down to 77, so that'd be 14 points, you know. Probably risk like 5 MES contracts, which would be, you know, 70 times. That'd be like $300. Probably could risk 6 or 7, risk like $350 to $400. But then you get above 20 points, you make like 700. So that's a really damn good trade right there. The key is you just got to win more than you lose and not lose doing dumb shit like I did today when I lost, you know, risked like $320 on this trade. On this bar here, lost like $320. Was not a good bar to get short on. So good, not smart. And that's why I'm making these videos, is to hold myself accountable. So I made more videos today and over the past couple days than I have in the last month and a half. And it's a good thing because I'm back. I'm making videos. I'm more on it. I'm back into trading. I just have to do the right damn thing. Win the mental game. I know what to do. It's not a technical thing anymore. I can say that truthfully for the first time ever since I started trading. I think it's really on me now. I've really actually done the work on my system that I need to do to gain confidence in it. I know it doesn't take most people 3.75 years. It's pretty unfortunate it took me that long, but I'm just retail. I finally got some really good mentors like a year ago or so, I would say, maybe a little bit more than a year. So from getting really good mentorship, it took me, a full year. And there was a lot of dumb mistakes and money lost before a year ago. I've been doing this 3.75 years since January 2022 very seriously. So a lot of chart work in this video, about 8-9 minutes of just scrolling through and looking at charts. And how long was this period that we just looked at? That's like one last thing I'll check out is how far back did we scroll? So this was like the last pretty much 2 months of charts that we scrolled. And maybe there was 10, 15 days that had 20-point moves. Some of those would have lost. I think we'd still end up positive overall. But basically most of the time the market does nothing. Maybe 30, 40% of the time. No, maybe like 30% of the time, a third or so, maybe it's really doing something. Maybe 20% of the time. But that's the Pareto distribution, Most of the time it does nothing. I feel good. Just gotta follow it. If you've watched my videos today, you're probably tired of hearing me say that because I've said it so much. But hey, I'm gonna rewatch these myself and just so I can relearn these lessons that I'm speaking out now and hold myself accountable. And that's why I think these videos are good, because they're holding me accountable. So feeling good, feeling bad actually because of how many mistakes I've made, and I shouldn't be making the mistakes today, but that I did. But I'm gonna hopefully not make them anymore, and if I can not make them anymore, I'll have a good financial life. I'm 26. Hopefully I can be set up very well financially by the time I'm 28, or by the time at some point in my 28th year. That's my goal. So got like 2 years to really do well, and we'll see what happens. Take it easy. Thank you. Bye-bye.